dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, you heard it, darling. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, that was lovely. So there you are, Amy. You look perfect today. I love that tune. A world gone mad with celebrity weddings and marriages, and Ed Sheeran and Sherry, and they're just out on the grass, and he sees her, and she thinks she looks a mess, and her hair's all over the place, and she's a bit raggedy looking. And Ed Sheeran there with his mad red hair and his big thick glasses, he just looks over her and he's just bowled away. And they're together still. And that perfect love resonates. We all benefit from the love of Sherry and Ed. And that's such a harmonious feeling that kind of ripples out through all the world. And every time you glimpse love like that, you glimpse the presence of God. I feel maybe as leaders in the church, priests, bishops, cardinals, our biggest mistake, God is in the church. God is in the basilica. God is in the chapel. Yes! But God is out on the streets of Athlone. He's on the banks of the Shannon. He's in the bars and the restaurants and pubs. He's in the homes. That's where God is too. Not just in the church, present on days like this. Ubi caritas et amor, Deus ibies. Wherever you glimpse love in the world, you glimpse the presence of God. Yes, here in the church on this special sacramental day for Amy and Mark, but everywhere else as well. The little glimpses of kindness and joy and gentleness that you see in our world, that's the presence of God. And so it was all those years ago when Amy bumped into Mark for the first time. I suppose you heard the story. Oh, it's very good. Oh, yeah. We never actually left Athlone. We never actually we wandered around the world, but we never actually left Athlone. And Amy and the girls, they all got dollied up one night and they were in their gear and they went out in the town. They ended up in the Green Olive. And then Mark and the boys were out on the town and they were kind of wandering around and they too ended up in the Green Olive, as luck would have it. And everyone was having a great time and kind of, moving around and having a drink and having a chat, whatever. And then Amy looks across and there, this radiation of beauty. And just going over to chat him. So she straddles over, very cool, and she's all kind of nonchalant and off the cuff, and they begin to chat. And the lads are all looking at Mark. Who's your one? And the girls are all looking at Amy. Who's your man? And Amy and Mark have this conversation and they begin to chat, and then one thing leads to another, and this very animated sharing of ideas, and who are you? Oh yeah, I see you around. And eventually, after a while, Amy strolls back to the girls. And she's kind of nonchalant and off the cuff, and the girls say, "Who's your man?" "Mark." Just met him there now. Just in a chat. Really? God, you're having a real deep conversation with him. Are you meeting him again? Maybe. And here we are, 13 years later. The journey from the olive grove with all its twists and turns has led us here to the house of God on this stunning spring day. And as God was there at the very start, that first chat, that first conversation, those first moments between Amy and Mark, as God was there then, so God is here now, present in this sacramental moment, when Amy and Mark will step forward and commit to each other for life, guided by the grace of God every step of the way. You look around our world, and sometimes it might be easy to become disheartened about what you see. The terrible suffering and misery and tears on every side. And you wonder, where is God? Think back to today. Think back to St. Mary's. Think back to the 4th of April, 2025. And then you too might just glimpse the presence of God and be filled with that hope that God is really near. Amy and Mark, I know I speak for all your family and friends here gathered. We are privileged, genuinely privileged, to be here to celebrate these sacred moments in your life. God was there in the green olive that evening, for sure. May you always know that God holds you together in the palm of his hand. So now, Amy and Mark, I invite you to step forward to celebrate the rite of marriage.